Yo, what's going on guys? It's me, Morvi, and I'm back again with another 10 games that are super duper easy to complete and get that 100% gamer score on. I'm going through the lot. I'm going through Game Pass, Games with Gold, and the Microsoft Store. If you are looking for Game Pass only or stuff like that, then please check out my previous video that I uploaded last week. That is solely Game Pass games. And that is also not the first one in the series. That is my 4th video, I think. So if you watch them all, you'll get around 40,000 gamer score. Obviously, a couple of them have been removed since I originally uploaded, but what you can do? This also isn't the first video where I've looked at everything. If you looked at my Game Pass videos and you want some more, why not check out them videos as well? I've linked them all down in the description below. So go through them, hunt all that gamer score up, and you'll be about 70 to 80,000 gamer score richer. I know there are some quicker titles out there, but I've more than likely spoke about them in a previous video. I also try and find more obscure titles that I think that a few of you guys won't have found yet. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, my guides, my Let's Plays, then please hit that subscribe button. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. Oh, before we start, I should also plug my other social stuff. If you like watching games get 100%ed live, then come over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Morvi. If you want to see some behind the scenes stuff, then please check out my Instagram, same name, Mr. Morvi. But enough of me waffling on, guys. We've had enough of that. Let's jump into this top 10 as we're all here for the achievements. So let's go get them. Okay, the first one on this list is one of my favourites over the last month. Unpacking is, well, it's an unpacking simulator. It's from the developers over at Witchbeam. This cute little game has us going through various stages of our life, from infancy all the way through our education and ending up with a family of our own. We never see any of this take place, and the story is told through the buildings we're moving into and the belongings we pull out of the boxes. This is such a calm, cute little game, and seeing things from the first level come with us throughout the game really helps tell the narrative and the person we're supposed to be playing as. This one is also on the Game Pass, so no need to get the wallets out for this one. As long as you have the Game Pass, you have access to this one. We can snag the 100% on this fairly easily. There's a couple of hidden ones, but don't you worry, I do have a guide for you. I've made a video that you can play along with, and I've got all the achievements in order so you can do it as quickly as possible. If you need the guide, then please check out my channel or the description down below, as I've linked it down there. I cannot recommend this one enough. It's short, fun, and a breath of fresh air. But yeah, that's the first one on the way. Let's move on. A free game, and it takes about an hour to complete. Very nice. eFootball 2022 is the rebrand of the Pro Evo games, so if you're familiar with the PES line of games, you'll know what to expect. For this, I would advise 2 controllers just to get the achievements done a little bit quicker, but it is possible to complete it with just one. You'll just have to play around the computer a little bit, so it might take you a little bit longer. There really isn't too much to say about this one. It's a pretty standard football game. It's not the best in any way, shape or form. Has some pretty funny bugs and weird character animation, so you will get a laugh out of it. Does it compete with FIFA? No. There's about 8 or 9 teams to pick from, 2 of which pretty much have half of the same lineup, so don't expect to play your favourite team, unless you are a United fan. Where it's free, I do believe there's a paid version out there, as the vast majority of the options can't be changed. I assume with the paid option you also get all of the teams as well. Thankfully though, this does not affect us achievement hunters much. Within an hour, this one will be all yours. Again, I do have a guide for you. There's a few tricky ones in there, and I'll show you the cheesy way to do it. You don't need to love football for this one, just grin and bear it. What's an easy achievement list without a walking simulator? The park is a spooky little walking simulator, and it starts us off by pulling into the car park of a theme park. A lot of parks in that sentence, geez. As we get out of the car, we overhear on the tannoy that the park is just about to close. So right off the bat, we know that our character's time management is shite. Also, our child wasn't having any of that nonsense and didn't want the minimum wage workers to go home, so he bolts past us and goes into the park. Now it's our job to go and find him. As you enter the park, it starts getting spooky right off the bat. Thankfully, as I said, it's a walking simulator, so it's mainly walk to one area, see scary thing, move on to next area. You can kind of tell when the stuff's about to get weird. If you aren't a fan of horror games, then do not fret. This one is really quick and nothing really jumps out at you. You mainly go around the park, riding the various rides, finding notes and uncovering the story through progression. Do we find our child? Well, why not watch my complete playthrough of it? This one is also on the sales list, so make sure you put it on your wish list to make sure you get notified. This will take you around an hour and a half to complete, so it's nice and quick, the spooks ain't too bad, and then we'll have another 1000G on our accounts. North is set in a dystopian futuristic world. You need to walk around various places of this unknown city we find ourselves in and complete little puzzles here and there to progress further. The story is pretty open-ended and kind of left to the player's own imagination to figure out what the heck is going on here. There are a few WTF moments and a few times I did exclaim, I am so confused. But I actually did enjoy the strange trip this game took me on. I wasn't sure what was going to happen next, but I do know it was quite a short game, so I knew I wasn't in for too much of a long ride. This one takes around an hour to complete. If you like the look of it, why not check my description down below and watch some of my playthrough of it. I picked this one up for around 80 pence, so keep an eye on that sales list and grab yourself a bargain. Okay, now for a blast from the past. I originally played Neighbours from Hell back in the day on the original Xbox, so when I found out there was a remaster, I had to jump at the chance. The premise is simple. You hate your neighbour, so you spend every waking moment making his life a living hell. We go around as Woody, setting up traps and tricks so our neighbour Mr. Rottweiler hurts himself. Not that he dies, just so he's in incredible pain constantly. This game makes out that we are the good guy, but it's soon very clear that we have a very villainous mindset. After a while, you feel a bit sorry for your neighbour after you've electrocuted, tripped him up and made him physically sick. But we have to push on for them achievements. Sorry buddy, this is a really fun one to do. It's a puzzle game at heart with a really great art and comedic style to it. To get the 100%, you just need to play each level. You don't even need to fully complete them, just get through them start to finish and then move on to the next level. You'll get a laugh out of this one, and there aren't many other games like it. I reckon you'll be able to get through this one in about 3 to 4 hours. Again, this one's always in the sale, and I played a few levels as a let's play. I'll put them down in the description if you want to check them out. But yeah, now, let's go on to another spooker. Emily Wants to Play 2 is the sequel to the game aptly named Emily Wants to Play. I'll be honest, I never played the first one, but I did watch a bunch of YouTubers play it back in the day when it first came out. During Halloween, I did 7 days of horror, and this title was one of the ones I played. One of the reasons I picked this title was for the achievements. This title does carry on from the first game. Annoyingly, if you haven't played the first one, this game doesn't do a great job in catching the player up. I spent the majority of my playthrough walking around a bit confused about what is going on, and there was clearly some references that I was supposed to get, but I had no idea about. Achievement wise, this game is pretty straightforward, although there are a lot more jump scares in this one. Ooh. Bug him! And some of the characters are a little bit buggy, so you may need to redo a few areas if you do get caught. For example, I was getting caught through walls and around corners when I shouldn't really have been getting caught. If you aren't a fan of horror games, don't you worry. The jump scares do get you, and I'm not going to lie, I jumped out of my skin a few times. But once you've seen them once or twice, it does get very samey. Just like Neighbours from Hell, this one should take you around 4 hours to fully get through. If you're using a guide, it is going to be much faster, so bear that in mind. But yeah, it's not a bad little game. Again, if you want to go through the story, I would recommend buying the first one first, as I think there was a fire or something, as one of them had really burnt up, but I'm just guessing at this point. Level 3, I'm fucked. Oh wait. So now for literally the fastest 100%, not only on this list, but for all games entirely. REMEMORIED has always been a well-known title for achievement hunters. It's always been a game known for an easy completion. I'll be honest, it has been sitting on my ready to play for about 2 years. The reason it's taken me so long to get around to it is that it's a walking simulator. You explore various stages, all built around the aesthetic of space and the universe. Now, as a lot of you know, I try to avoid walking sims as much as possible, as I don't really want to fill up my 100% list with walking sims. Now, saying that, I did feel compelled to buy this one years ago, as it's pretty much synonymous with achievement hunting. Recently, a new code has been found within the game, and this code allows us to skip levels. Yep, that's correct, skip levels. So now all you need to do is hold down LB and down and right on the D-pad and spam that as quickly as possible. The quicker you do it, the quicker the game is over. It is actually that simple. I recorded myself doing my own Rememoried run to try out this method, and I'm here to confirm that it is still working. My Rememoried run is my latest video before this one, so please go over and check it out and see how easy it is to get that 100%. And if it looks like it's up your street, then definitely grab this one. As always, this one is always on the sale list, so bung it on your wish list and it will eventually pop up. Evil Inside is the last horror title on this list, I promise. For this title, we need to find out the truth of what happened in this building. We find out there's been a gruesome murder within the house as we walk through it. We find clues to what actually happened during the night as we explore through the corridors and the rooms. It takes a lot of influence from PT, and the main twist in this game is that the map loops. We spend the whole time in the same setting, but each time it loops, it gets a little bit more strange, more rooms open up, and more items we can find. This title is really cool as it throws a lot of curveballs your way in the storyline. You do really want to keep pushing on to find out what's actually going on in this place. Now, this game does try its hardest to make you scared, but the jump scares and spooks are really obvious. You will need to loop around the building around 9 times, I believe. Each time there's a new jump scare or spook waiting for you. I really like this one as the map is really intimate and you can tell that developers try to cram in as many spooks as possible. There's a lot of cliches in it, I'm not going to lie, but it's fun to see them all about. My favourite was the cross that was going to turn upside down eventually. I did find myself getting a little bit of a giggle out of it, and if you want to see me playing the game, I did a complete achievement run to finish up my 7 days of horror. If you're interested, then please check it out on my channel, or check the description down below as I've linked it down there. This one should take you around 1 hour, and you'll never need to walk around this creepy apartment ever again. Okay, now for maybe the strangest game on this list. Gaijin Chirenji, Kiss or Kill. I really hope I pronounced that right. It's a very, very, very unique game. We have to make our way through a bunch of different mazes and maps to reach the end. We have the option to use the Kill or Kiss ability. As you progress through the game, it starts getting stranger and stranger as you're using either or ability. The more you kiss, the more half-naked anime girls fill your screen. The more you kill, the more the screen fills up with what I hope is fake war imagery. The achievements are mainly linked with kissing and killing the bosses in the game, so you will need to play through the game at least twice. And each playthrough takes around 45 minutes. The backstory on this game is what intrigued me the most. The developer of this game is the son of the person who had originally thought up this game. On the menu screen, you do get the message explaining that this had originally been planned to come out on the Sega Dreamcast, but due to the console's short lifespan, the game got cancelled. Thankfully, his son was able to finish up his dream, and this is the final product. This game would have fit him perfectly in with the Dreamcast titles, although I am glad I got to play it on the Xbox today. Definitely grab this one, and it's also around 80 pence in the sale, so grab it while it's cheap. If you're looking for a unique experience, then look no further. This is the one for you. Last but not least, it's Gun Crazy. This title is from the developers Ratalaika Games, and if you're an achievement hunter like myself, you'll know what that means. It's going to be a pretty generic one that's going to take around 45 minutes to an hour to complete without any hassle whatsoever. The thing about Ratalaika is that I find that they make games solely for achievement hunters. The games aren't bad in any way, they just don't push any boundaries. I've also found that all the ones that I've played so far, you don't even have to complete the whole game. You get around a third of the way in and then you've got all the achievements done and dusted. And to be honest, this one is no different. It takes around 30 minutes and you'll have the full 100%. You pretty much just run to the right of your screen and non-stop tapping the shoot button. There are a few bosses to kill, but if you've played games like Metal Slug or Alien Hominid, then you'll have a pretty good idea what to expect. They're fun little bosses, but unlike them games I just mentioned, they're not hard whatsoever. All in all, it's a pretty cool side-scroller with a nice aesthetic. It's quick, simple and cheap. If you're after any more Gamerscore, make sure you do check out the list from Ratalaika Games, as I guarantee you'll get a ton more Gamerscore by playing their stuff. And that is the end of my guide. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, or if you found any games on it that you're now going to 100%, then please hit that like button and let me know down in the comment section which ones you're going to blast through. If you want to see any more of my top 10 achievement lists, then please check out my channel, and why not hit that subscribe button? I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all my recent subscribers. It looks like quite a few of you enjoyed my top 10 Game Pass list that I did the other week. And don't worry, I've got another one on the way. Also, why not check out my other socials like my Twitch or my Instagram? On my Twitch, I'm always doing my achievement hunts, and on my Instagram, you get a bit of behind the scenes and some funny videos as well. Check the description down below for all the links to my other social channels. But yeah, until next time guys, I've been Morvi, and I'll see you later. Peace!